friends. Today, I'm gonna talk about the joys and the cons of the Switch. I'm gonna talk about the things that I absolutely love and the things that I absolutely hate about this system. Let's start with the joys. The games on this system are amazing. There's so many classic games, like Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Legends Arceus, and these are some of my favorite games of all time. The Switch is very comfortable to hold. I love how it's big enough so that it looks amazing, and I have bigger hands anyway, but it's also small enough so that it's easy to carry around. The Joy-Cons are very nice controllers to use. They may be a bit small, but it makes sense because of portability, and you can also easily play multiplayer with each player using a single Joy-Con, or multiple Joy-Cons if they so choose. And might I add that the blue and red Joy-Cons in particular are gorgeous. The colors on the Joy-Cons are amazing. The Pro Controller is really good. It is very comfy, has joysticks that I've never seen drift before, it has bigger buttons. It is my absolute go-to controller for the Nintendo Switch. And the HD rumble in these controllers is absolutely amazing. It feels perfect. While the Switch isn't as powerful as a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, it is definitely capable of running some amazing looking games. Nintendo's mainline games usually go for a more cartoony aesthetic, and they can be really colorful and beautiful. I adore it. The Switch can run some really demanding games like Doom 2016, albeit at lower resolutions and frame rates, but it still looks absolutely wonderful. Taking the Switch out of the dock is easy and seamless. You can get back to your games immediately. While free online play would have been much cooler, Switch Online is still relatively cheap compared to the competition, only clocking in at $20 a year. The V2 Switch's battery life is amazing. It can last a long time. Okay, now let's get to the cons. Joy-Con drift is awful. The Switch's hardware is relatively weak compared to the competition. I've noticed some lower resolutions and frame rates in games. This is why the PS5 is my go-to console for third-party games. It's a lot harder to scan an amiibo on the Pro Controller than it is to scan on the right Joy-Con. The V1 Switch's battery is kinda subpar. $80 for a single pair of Joy-Cons is absolutely ludicrous. The price for the Switch Online expansion pack is garbage. Yes, it is real cool that you get all these benefits, but it's still not worth the $50. They should at least justify the price with some GameCube games. The kickstand is absolutely awful. It's super flimsy, it can easily break off. Why do we still have to use friend codes? Can't we just simply look up usernames like on PlayStation? While I do like the Switch screen, it can get smudged and scratched up pretty easily. These smudges aren't even my fault. I don't even know how to get them off. Despite the many flaws that the Switch has, this is one of, if not my favorite console of all time. It has my favorite games of all time on it, and I am really excited to see what the future holds for the Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch has games.
It's not true. It's funny because it's true.